Hi everyone, let's dive into a question that's been on the minds of many. What happens when you stop texting her? What is she really thinking to get us started? Let's consider a real-life situation. Picture a guy named Ryan. He's been texting Emma, a woman he's deeply interested in. At first, things seemed to flow, but then Emma started pulling back. Fewer replies, more delays. And that spark seemed to dim sound. Familiar Ryan is now wondering, should I keep texting her or just stop today? We'll explore what goes through a woman's mind. When the texting stops, you'll not only learn why stepping back can shift the dynamic, but also how. This decision can sometimes be a turning point in how she views you. Stay with me, because each point will connect to the next, painting a bigger picture of how attraction and psychology, power of attention, intertwine. Point 1. Women and the power of attention. Women, like everyone, enjoy attention. For many women, especially those accustomed to receiving attention from men, it becomes a natural part of their social experience. When you're texting her consistently, she may see you as part of her attention circle. If she's attractive and has multiple people vying for her time, your attention might not stand out. She knows how you feel, but she may not feel the same urgency to respond. However, when you suddenly stop texting, it can create a void for a woman who thrives on attention. This shift is jarring, like a song suddenly stopping mid-play. She's left wondering, what changed? Did he lose interest? Is he talking to someone else? This shift in dynamics can spark curiosity and even frustration. Imagine you're used to your favorite cafe knowing your coffee order every morning. One day you show up and they don't greet you the same way. It feels off, right? That's the same feeling she experiences when your attention is no longer there. Attention is not just a simple social exchange. It's tied deeply to emotional validation and self-worth, especially in early dating stages where each interaction builds the emotional foundation between two people. When the texting stops, it interrupts this delicate process, creating a space filled with uncertainty and questions that demand answers. Point 2. Why stop texting her? Why should you stop texting her in the first place if you've made it clear how you feel about her? Whether you've told her directly or she has picked up on it and she's not reciprocating. Continuing to text her is like trying to keep water in your hands. You're giving her all the control, and it's clear she's not as invested as you are. Imagine chasing after a butterfly. The more you run after it, the more it flutters away. But if you sit still, it might just land on your shoulder. By stopping your texts, you're reclaiming your power and breaking the dynamic where you're the one chasing. Here's the twist: stopping communication isn't just about her noticing your absence. It's also for you to step back, reassess, and build the confidence to focus on someone who truly values your time and your presence in their life. Beyond that, it allows you to reset your expectations and protect yourself from emotional burnout. Because investing in someone who doesn't match your energy can drain your self-esteem and leave you feeling undervalued. Remember, self-respect is magnetic. It attracts the right people and repels those who are not ready to commit or appreciate you. Point 3. Women who love attention. Attention. Now, let's get into the mindset of a woman who thrives on attention. Some women, especially those used to being the center of attention, see validation from others as their comfort zone. They're accustomed to a lineup of admirers, and even when they're not interested, they enjoy the chase for them. Your attention. Whether or not they want a relationship is like applause in a theater. So what happens when you stop texting her? It's like the applause suddenly stops mid-performance. At first, she might feel confused. Why isn't he texting me? Doesn't he like me anymore? Then that confusion might turn into curiosity. If she was even a little bit interested, this could reignite her attraction to you. Here's a real-life example. Think about social media. Ever notice how people obsess over likes and comments? It's not always about the content, but the attention. Similarly, when you stop texting a woman who loves attention, It's like she's posted something and gotten no likes. It forces her to question herself and you. This moment can be a powerful turning point because it forces her to pause and evaluate her feelings and possibly what she's willing to miss out on if she lets you go. This psychological jolt can create space for genuine interest to emerge, especially if she had been taking your presence for granted. Also realize that this effect can be temporary if you're turned too quickly or too often. She might get used to the attention pattern again, making it crucial to maintain your new boundaries and avoid falling back into old habits. Point 4. Women who don't want attention. Not all women are the same. Some women even, the incredibly beautiful ones, dislike unnecessary attention if she has made it clear she's not interested, maybe by ghosting you, friend-zoning you, or outright rejecting you, then stopping. Your texts might actually bring her relief. Think about it like this. Imagine someone trying to sell you something. You've repeatedly said you don't want annoying, right? But once they stop, you feel a sense of freedom. For some women, that's exactly what happens when you walk away. Here's the kicker: if she ever changes her mind later, she'll remember your graceful exit. The takeaway: knowing when to walk away is as much about respecting her boundaries as it is about respecting yourself also. It prevents you from looking desperate or pushy, which are turnoffs in any dating scenario sometimes. Pulling away gracefully can even reposition you in her mind as someone who's confident and mature. Point 5. Breaking the fantasy. Breaking the fantasy trap. Now let's talk about you, because walking away is easier said than done. When you're into someone, it's natural to fantasize about the perfect relationship. You imagine the dates, the late night talks, the future family. But here's the danger. The more you live in this fantasy, the harder it is to let go. You're not just attached to her. You're attached to the idea of her. What's the solution? Ground yourself in reality. Start focusing on what is rather than what could be. Ask yourself, is she showing the same level of interest and investment? If not, it's time to shift that energy back to yourself. This mental shift is critical because it helps prevent disappointment and allows you to channel your emotional energy into growth and self-improvement, which ultimately makes you more attractive to others. Plus, it encourages a healthier mindset where you value reciprocity and genuine connection over one-sided hope. Point 6. Balancing emotion and logic. This brings us to the golden rule. Don't let your emotions override your logic. When you're overly emotional about someone, you risk over-pursuing, which can come across as neediness, as you've probably guessed, is a major attraction killer. Instead, match her level of investment. If she's texting you twice a day, don't bombard her with 10 messages. If she's showing moderate interest, mirror that energy. Here's a fun analogy. Think of dating like a tennis match. If one player is serving ball after ball without getting any returns, it's not a game, it's a workout. Keep the rally going and you'll both enjoy the game more. This balance keeps you grounded and makes your interactions feel natural and effortless, rather than forced or desperate. It also builds anticipation, which is a key ingredient in attraction. Point 7. The long game in relationships. Now, what if you're already in a relationship? The same principles apply even in long-term relationships. People can take each other for granted. The initial spark fades if you don't work to keep it alive. This doesn't mean grand gestures every day. It means continuing to date each other, communicating effectively, and show affection. Think of it like maintaining a car. You don't just drive and forget about it. You fuel it, clean it, and get regular checkups. Relationships work the same way. If you've stuck with me this far, you're already on your way to mastering not just how women think, but also how to value yourself in the process. Remember, dating is about mutual effort. If she's not giving you the green light, don't waste time idling at a red light. Focus on the road ahead. Trust me, the right person will meet you there. And one last thing before we finish. If you found value in this video and want to learn more about the hidden truths of relationships and human behavior, subscribe to my channel, Dark Facts 2.0, for weekly deep dives into the psychology of love and attraction. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more eye-opening insights right here on Dark Facts 2.0.